During the second installment of the story of Avatar, we met the Metkayina clan, something that changed the way we thought of the Na'vi. It was here that we discovered that in addition to the conventional Na'vi we saw in the first movie, there are also other types of Na'vi according to their own habitat, which opens the possibility that we will see Na'vi of other species in the next movies. This leads us to imagine how would be the Na'vi that have evolved in the desert, ice, volcanoes, or other interesting ecosystems. In this video, we will be talking about the Desert Na'vi clan, who could be the surprise in Avatar 3. The Sand Na'vi. If you like everything related to the universe of Avatar, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, to receive everything related to this universe, from news, theories, and stories about Avatar. Welcome to the voice of Iowa. Although in the Pandora movies, there is no mention of desert regions, in the video games and comics, it expands a little more on what is described about the diversity of the planet. It is mentioned that besides the jungles of Pandora, there are clans that live in the sea. There are also deserted places, mountains, volcanoes, and even frozen areas. Understanding this, we can begin to imagine what one of the desert clans would be like. If we use the logic that was used in the second movie, we can deduce that the body features of the desert Na'vi would be very different from those of the sea and those of the jungle. The first important feature would be the skin. They would be more resistant to the sun and dryness, which would cause their skin to be thicker. Since the skin color was changed to green in the Metkayina clan, we can assume that a desert clan would have dark red skin, which would allow them to resist the sun. Their eyes would also be different. Like other desert animals, the eyes of the desert Na'vi could see more, be larger to be able to detect water and food. Both jungle Na'vis and ocean Na'vi have creatures that help them, such as banshees. A desert banshee might be more similar to a camel. Another important point would be their hands and legs. These would have claws, to allow them to run and move faster over the sand. As these Na'vi would be more accustomed to the desert, they would no longer need their tails. So they would have a small tail or no tail at all. Also, their hair would have to be different from that of the forest Na'vis. Their hair would be short in order to protect them from the heat. Well, now we have a description of what these desert Na'vis might look like visually, but what would their habitat be like? Although desert Na'vis live surrounded by sand and caves, they would also have to have a source of food and water, so we could assume that they would have subway caves with water veins, and also their soul tree would be under a cave, so the tree would be kept in a separate place in the desert. The tree would have deep roots, to access the most humid layers of the earth. Thanks to the existence of the tree in the cave and the water veins, the Na'vi of the desert could live in peace. But where will these Na'vi live? If this theory is true, they will live in caves and rocky places where they can protect themselves from the heat, and where they can connect with the Tree of Souls. The day-to-day life of these Na'vi would be the same as the rest of the clans in Pandora. They would earn their sustenance by hunting other animals. Now, if this race of Na'vi existed, how would they get to Avatar 3? Avatar 2 began with Jake escaping with his family, and seeking the help of a new clan. The aquatic Na'vi helped the Sully family to survive, but this second installment was a more personal story. It was a story that involved more the relationship between Jake, Spider, Neytiri, and Quaritch. Avatar 2 ends with Jake deciding it's time to fight. If the entire planet of Pandora is to defend itself to eliminate the threat on their planet, called humans, they must unite all the clans, from all the jungle clans, aquatic clans, and all that may exist. Perhaps in the next movies we will continue to be shown other ecosystems of Avatar, as well as other species of Na'vi, perhaps evolved Na'vi in the ice, or perhaps near volcanoes. It is certainly interesting to imagine the future of this franchise. For my part, I think it is a great possibility that we will see sand Na'vi and other types of Na'vi in the future. But tell me, what do you think about this theory? Will we see sand ships in Avatar 3, or are there only two types of Na'vi? And for more videos of the universe of Avatar, don't forget to give thumbs up and share it. This was the voice of Iowa. Thank you for visiting Pandora.